What is the greatest agony a human being can really go through? I mean, we could look at that in many ways, but a very common agony, and possibly maybe a very high level agony, is when people separate from their hearts. So they do this in a number of ways. It's difficult, like we think, well, I'll be in love, or I'll live in love, or I'll experience love if I let's say I have the person of my dreams in my life, or if I have my dream job, or I have the right amount of money and all that kind of thing, right? And they don't realize that, okay, so I've met this person, I love them, and it doesn't work out, and now I'm in agony. And we think we're in agony because it didn't work out with the person. But what mostly happens is we're in agony because we separated from our hearts, from our love. And that is a phenomenal agony, to be separate from your heart. And it's a highly, call it, maybe the most abusive thing we can do to ourselves, unconsciously, not intentionally, in protection, is to separate from our hearts. And we do that to avoid pain. So somehow, you need to find the way back to your heart. No matter what happens around you, no matter what you lose, no matter how things go, you need to find the way back to your heart. Otherwise, you're going to live in agony. If you separate from your heart, you will live in agony. And you can say, well, I lost this person, or this person even died. And you can lose years and years of your life because you've separated from your heart. And you might look functional, you might be getting by and all of that, but you've lost years of your life. So you need a daily practice where you can just sit and be with your heart and do what needs doing. And I'll give you a few ideas how you can do that, very simple ideas, how you can just be with your heart and see what you need. So you can make a space in your home and set up a small altar of remembering of your heart. You can put on there a rose or a candle or a photo of yourself when you were in your heart, Not that you want to go backwards, but you want to remember a time when you weren't afraid to be in your heart. So set up a small space, and every day just sit 5 minutes and make a prayer. Or if you prefer, an intention, a sankalpa, a prayer, an intention that comes from your heart actually. How can I connect to my heart today? How can I connect to love today? This is your, I want to connect to my heart. I want to connect to the land and the world of love inside of me that isn't dependent on another person. I'm not saying isolate or anything like that, but isn't dependent on how other people treat me or what's happening around me. That there is this sanctuary I can go to that is mine alone, that I can connect to my heart no matter what's happening around me. If you want to get past the agony, you have to come back to your heart. And then you can say a prayer where you ask for this from whoever you pray to. Please, may I have this grace to connect to my heart. Please, can I have this blessing to walk in the land of love? Regardless whether I'm a single person or don't have that many friends, or whether I'm surrounded by people and in those tricky lands of human relations. How can I walk in the land of love? So you set up your altar, you say your prayer, you ask for the blessing and the grace and even the guidance. And then some days you can do, one of my favorite ceremonies is rose ceremony. And it's lovely to do it in a group of people. But you can also do a simple rose ceremony by yourself, where you take some rose petals and you boil them in water. Fresh ones out the gardens, okay, or from the store. And you just boil them for a while. You can put the stems and the leaves as well. And then you sing to the rose, you sing love into the rose. And then you also will gently light a candle and sing into your own heart while drinking this rose medicine. Yeah, it's a very beautiful ceremony to do to connect to your heart. So think a little bit. To begin with, maybe start with the altar with your own prayer, with a dialogue with your heart about how to connect to it. Offer your heart some rose and start with that. And let me know how you go. And you're welcome to also leave in the comments how you connect to your heart, how you open your heart, how you come back to yourself after disappointment or hurt or something like that. And then we can look again at other ways to connect to your heart. Yeah. I offer blessings and grace that you may connect to your heart, and that the suffering, this agony of the separation from love may end for you and all of us, all human beings, all life really, that we may stay connected to our heart no matter what. Yeah, blessings on the day and grace may come to you.